Where is he?
Call him and ask.
Call him. So where did he park? In
Who knows? We could just start with, obviously we could start. Yeah, it's not a problem. When he walks in, he walks in.
There we go.
Oh, look, so he complains a lot?
Oh, he's walking up. He's good. He's good now.
He's a good guy.
No. So we'll joke him when he comes in. So we're going to pull a joke on him, So anyhow, what a great, you guys are just amazing. So anyhow, it's been a pleasure having you guys on the show.
Cool, thank you.
And, we got another person here.
I'm late.
Well, it's too bad we're out of time, so thanks for coming down, and no, we've actually been waiting for you. So I can't even do that because...
I'm Pete.
I'm Patrick. I'm Joe.
And I'm Jerry Bryant. They are Fall Out Boy, Chicago's own, and you guys have been around for quite a while now, right?
Yeah, about 2 years. So.
Well, that's quite a while in radio and in media terms.
Definitely. We still feel like as a band we're kind of, baby, like a baby band as far as how long we've been around.
Great. I got so much stuff.
Cool.
That I don't need. Oh, one more thing. Everybody that shows up on JBTV actually gets something. And what do you think it is?
Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea, that's it. It's our official gonorrhea t-shirts. Here we go. The JBTV limited edition t-shirts. Woo. Now make sure when you're on the big network.
Ooh, XL.
Well, I got to get them, because of me,
That's awesome, though.
So there they are, the JBTV t-shirts. Nobody anymore can get them unless you show up on the show. So that's the way it
get
works.
On the show, kids.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So here they are, Fall Out Boy. They're in the studio, Chicago's own, signing CDs. And have you had some good places for autographs yet, like body parts or?
I signed a kid's pacemaker the other night.
Yeah.
Which was pretty
a kid's pacemaker?
He had a pacemaker right here, and he goes, come over here. He goes, sign my pacemaker. I bet this is the first time you've ever done this. And I signed it, and I said, I hope you don't die right now.
And he was like the coolest kid, too. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. And a pacemaker. A young kid with a pacemaker.
Yeah, I think he told me he had 14 heart surgeries. I felt really bad, But he was a really awesome guy, and he could joke around about it, which was really cool,
And it's one of your fans out there that cares about the music.
Yeah, we did Speed together, so.
The band doesn't drink, but they do lots of drugs.
We're just kidding around. This one time Patrick got really drunk and him and Joe kissed. So I'd say don't drink.
I actually
kiss your friends.
actually wasn't drunk.
Don't drink because you might end up kissing your friends who are dudes.
I actually wasn't either. But he had long hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why. So it's confusing.
So was it good for you?
Oh yeah. he doesn't skimp on the tongue. That's really what I asked for. Yeah.
Well, let's see your latest video then. And where'd you shoot this one at?
The Arlington Heights Knights of Columbus. It was it's pretty cool because we were offered the opportunity to shoot it at the Metro, and we were offered the opportunity to shoot it at Skate and Surf Fest in New Jersey, and instead we chose to go with Arlington Heights Knights of Columbus, which is where kids first started reacting to us, and we first started. So it's a really intimate thing, and we wanted to put our scene on display rather than just have it be this band on stage or whatever, which is really cool because that's the kind of band we are, where we can interact with the crowd, and that's the place to do it. And everything that happens in this video is real. People are always like, how did you guys yeah, it's crazy how you got the cops. No, the cops showed up after 3 songs and shut the show down. That's all 100%. There's nothing staged in the video, so it's cool for
There's a scene where I'm surrounded by all these people and I'm singing, I'm not playing anymore, and you can't. I wish it translated into the footage, but I thought I was gonna die because I thought everyone was gonna.
The kids all came up on stage, and we were stage diving on stage and stuff. It was cool. It was good.
Have you done this at real shows?
Yeah, this is how the shows at that Knights of Columbus are.
See, Chicago is such a good music scene, isn't it?
Definitely. It's weird too because it kind of came out of nowhere. I kind of felt for a while like there really wasn't one, and then.
All of a sudden there was one.
Just out of no, seriously, out of nowhere. Yeah. So easy to strangle. There wasn't one because it was
just the Pumpkins.
Just like this dude,
right?
Just this dude's band, No, seriously, I didn't. And
then you came along and saved it all.
No, seriously.
Our little Jesus. I don't know, just like that. You were talking about the Chicago scene, and I think that it's gonna blow up, especially the punk rock scene. Bands you got Spitalfield, and we got our friends Starstruck, our friends 504 Plan. There's just a lot of bands, much the same. The Academy, this really new band. It's just cool, and it's great to be in a position where we can now support our friends, people who are really supportive of us. Like now we can take them out or play shows, you know, and that's like what was cool for us is that like that's how the scene here works, you know. So
yeah, I don't know. It's really cool to realize how many good bands come from one place, and that's what I was saying. Is I just kind of like flaked out, and I woke up one day and I'm like, whoa, we're all from this place. That's awesome. I mean, not us, but there's all these bands from this one place. You know, it was great. It's awesome.
Like our friends Spitalfield, they're from Chicago.
They're great. They were on our show.
Yeah, you had them.
They were great.
I was talking to my friend last night. He was saying they came on. Yeah.
They're really rad dudes.
Yeah, some of our oldest friends, like some of the best dudes I know.
We went on tour with them just a little bit ago. It was like our first time headlining, and it was really cool for us to go around the country and to do it with our friends because we'd done it a year ago with them, and it was not as great. So
anyone who either of us were, and like I say, out of like a 2-week tour, 3 shows happened.
But it was cool. It was a good experience to go back out with them, and like when we were headlining this time, it was like cool because kids were like coming out just for us, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a really good vibe. I think one of the trials of being in a band, because like you get used to like every night you have to drive, like especially if you're on a tour where the headlining band has a bus, you're doing like 10-12 hour drives every night, and it's like you do it in a van, and it's like you fall like you're tired no matter what, you're beat, especially like Warped Tour or something like that. Our guitar tech would drive all the time, but now it's mostly us, and it just gets tough. Like if we do Warped Tour this year, we're gonna have somebody. Next time we go out, we're gonna take 2 limos. We're gonna skip the bus. We're gonna do 2 limos.
Well, let's see. Less Than Jake, because you're on tour with those guys.
Yeah.
And they're great. They've been here before, and you know,
Awesome dudes.
got any good stories yet with them, or?
Nah.
Tell your story.
You know this is my story. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this one. So we played with them in Florida, and we're standing off to the side of the stage while they're playing, and they want someone to come out and throw out CDs.
It's like their shtick. They throw these things out into the crowd.
They just throw lots of junk out in the crowd, and it's awesome, and kids go nuts for it.
Chums the waters.
But and I'm like kind of standing off to the side, like this is so awesome. I'm playing with Less Than Jake, and there's all these kids, and I was kind of just like starstruck, you know. And I'm standing there, and bass player Roger, he points to the box of CDs and he points to me. He's like, I'm like,
for the record, this is like one of the most nervous people I've ever met.
So
like no matter what, he's gonna be like kind of like a little weird.
So I'm standing there shaking. I'm like, he looks at me like.
That's pretty much the greatest thing. We get him to tell a story all the time.
I don't know. It was awesome.
That's pretty much the story. But it was just like
threw stuff out there.
Yeah, I got to throw out like, it was awesome because that was like one of our first. It was one of our first tours, like ever.
The biggest show ever played.
To this day, it was the biggest show we've ever played.
So you, as the nervous guy,
Yeah.
in front of all these people, now you're throwing stuff out.
Yeah, and I ran out and I tossed him out. It was great.
it's like the Death Star over here.
Yeah. We're back.
That thing happened. The guy in the helmet.
Yeah. And that's the sound it totally makes, dude.
And there's another one going in the back.
A dude who pulls a shade down, or is that thing fake?
I think you're just
Or
making that.
No, that thing might be in Spaceballs though.
That's either in Spaceballs or a Michael Jackson video.
Or maybe me.
It's really weird, but I ended up like actually having like a really awesome conversation with him. Like got his email address and like, you know, this
One thing led to another.
one thing led to another, and now we're married.
Wow.
Look at that too.
Best sum it up here. I think you do it like that, and then but your hands are really sweaty.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hot interview. So.
Yeah, but then like the drummer came along later. We knew him for a while. So
Here, I got to put our graphic back on for you.
That was me.
That was you.
I was told that I could mess
You
with
see,
things
you
and I
find out
messed
about the
with-
death ray, and you start changing stuff already in the
messed
studio.
it over here. I guess this was my side to mess with.
You know, these local Chicago bands, folks, they just want to take over the whole entire place.
Yeah, absolutely. We have issues, and in the van and stuff, like we have issues with our songs because obviously they're called different things like when we're writing the song and stuff, and in the end like me or Patrick will come up with a name or whatever, and like lots of times the name is just something that we think applies to the song or like a witty phrase that we think applies to the song, like not necessarily like I mean I think back and I think it goes with like the lyrics or whatever, but it'd be hard to explain probably how it does, or like it's just like I'm sick of like seeing songs named like Burn and you know.
Let's see here. Grand Theft Autumn.
You know the video game Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Homesick at Space Camp.
Have you ever seen that movie Space Camp from the 80s? It's awesome. I was very into that movie in that time period. Yeah, so. Or we wanted to name the songs after the bands they sounded like so kids would be more into them. Like, maybe not even the bands they sounded like, bands that are just really popular.
That'd be
like
cool, yeah.
Justin Timberlake, you know, like whatever. Just like kids, you know, get into the song.
Justin Timberlane.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Now you have a new record deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened.
Now before this, you were doing it on your own, right?
We were on Fueled by Ramen, which is like an awesome label from Florida, like this independent label from Florida. Like they put out a Jimmy Eat World EP, they put out Yellow Card stuff, and then we just signed to Island Def Jam like days ago. So.
Wow. So you have like a big contract to sign?
Yeah, it's like 50-page contract. It's pretty big. It's overwhelming, definitely.
It's like you remember that Dr. Dre video where he's like, just sign your name, your name on the contract. It was just like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this guy came, and then Dre came in with a gun, and we were like, oh crap.
Now you're gonna promise us when you get your gold and platinum albums, you're gonna send us one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because with a big record company, you should be able to handle this.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, hell will be have frozen over, so we'll skate on over or whatever on the ice, no problem.
So we were among the first, you think, to play your video, or?
Yeah, definitely.
definitely.
Which is really cool for us, you know.
Yeah. So you got like people like saw you on the show, or I mean, like the video, or?
We've gotten definite reactions from kids who've seen it, so that means kids are watching you, and kids got to see us too. So
Great.
it's cool.
Helps everyone.
Yes. One of the finest bands, along with all the finest bands. This is Chicago, the place where new music is played. It's played on JBTV. Occasionally there's a radio station that'll play good new music, but you can always count on it on this show.